Today, in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Caru News, V4 Stream, मलनाडु टीवी इंडिया, न्यूज गांव से, संवाद सारोकार न्यूज, भारत पोस्ट न्यूज, ज्ञान एंड organ donation India Foundation. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic, and today's topic is not only current but very, very relevant. And the topic is Global Youth Conclave on Occupational English Test, OET. But before I will go on the main topic, I would like to inform you that today the country is celebrating Holi. होली एक त्योहार है, खुशियों का एक ढंग, अंगदान से हम भरे जीवन में नवरंग. Holi is a popular ancient Hindu festival, also known as the festival of love, the festival of colors, and the festival of spring. The festival celebrates the eternal and divine love of Radha and Krishna. It also signifies the triumph of good over evil. It originated and is predominantly celebrated in India, but has also spread to other regions of Asia and parts of the Western world through the diaspora from the Indian subcontinent. Holi celebrates the arrival of spring, the end of winter, the blossoming of love, and for many it is a festive day to meet others, play and laugh, forget and forgive, and repair broken relationships. The festival also celebrates the beginning of a good spring harvest season.
Break now almost 2 years every day. So thank you, and I appreciate. Let this be taken as a model by all the youth. And coming back to my thing, this is purely being an educational conference based on educating others on OET. I just directly move into the whole thing. I don't want to speak about communication, its importance among health professionals, because we have a veteran, Ms. Bronia today, who has more than 19 years of experience working in NHS in UK, and with all the first-hand knowledge and experience in the field. So I don't want to touch upon that aspect. Actually, primarily, I thought of speaking about it. Then I thought when Ms. Bronia is on the platform, it's irrelevant for me to speak about the importance of communication among health professionals. So what I want to just summarize and say, maybe a educating factor, as many of these successful candidates from all over the world will be speaking on various things. I just want to concentrate on the Sapta Sutras, or the 7 principles or strategies for OET success, and the 5 approaches to learning OET, and 4 myths and 4 facts. I'll be putting it in very brief. To pass successfully OET, to get through OET, I've been telling my students continuously and consistently, we need to be competent in 7 areas of language. The linguistic competency in Sapta, or 7 areas, or 7 principles, or 7 strategies. The first one is, we call it synonyms, or the synonymous language and paraphrasing. To know what does it mean, synonyms? For example, you can take a word called kill, and you can substitute that word with assassination, murder, slaughter, killing, or execution. All this means same, but in different contexts, you have to use different words. So, and also synonymous and paraphrasing, using different words to express the same meaning or same sentence. So that's the first principle, and I'm not going to elaborate it more. As you come across, you will be enlightened on that. Second is comparison and contrast. One should be competent in the language used for comparison and contrast, when 2 things are compared and contrasted. The third one is scale, the most important thing, where all the competitive exams like OET, Ielts, TOEFL, everybody in their reading, listening have an issue with that. The scale is something like, when you say boiled is not hot water, boiled water is not hot water is not warm water is not cold water. So the scale, boiled, hot, warm, cold, or when you say all of them, is not most of them. Most of them doesn't mean majority of them. Majority of them doesn't mean many of them. Many of them doesn't mean a few of them. A few of them doesn't mean few of them. So this is called a scale. All, most, majority, many, a few, few. So these entirely, they have different meanings. So it looks same. A majority of them doesn't mean many of them. Many of them can be anything more than one. Majority means it should be majority more than at least 50%. So those types of language, scale expressions in language is a very important aspect to crack OET successfully. And also the fourth one is modal verbs. And this is the common mistake everybody makes. Modal verbs, for example, you may follow the traffic rules is not correct. You should follow the traffic rules is not correct. You must follow the traffic rules. Should is suggestive or advisory, whereas must is mandatory. So if you say you must follow traffic rules, that is the right thing. If you say you should follow the traffic rules, it's like you have, it's a suggestion. You have the freedom either to follow or not to follow. The doctor may say it's necessary, you should drink at least 3 liters of water every day. If you don't drink, they are not going to penalize you. So these language aspects, the modal verbs are very important. At the same time, the time expressions. So the fifth sutra is time expressions. We should be competent to understand the time expressions like always, sometimes, seldom, never, all these expressions. And they make only all these competencies are being assessed there. If you are competent in these things as you go through your reading, listening, speaking, and writing, you will definitely succeed in OET. The sixth one is reference. When something is referred to by a pronoun or something else, you should be able to understand that. Seventh one is negative meaning. Definitely they assess you in your capacity to understand the negative meaning. For example, they might tell you in the reading text or the audio, not more than 2 attempts of cannulation is allowed. Maybe in the question statement, they will say maximum attempts allowed is 2. So not more than 2 attempts is the negative meaning. So we should be able to understand. These are the 7 principles. In short, synonyms, comparison and contrast, scale, modal verbs, time expressions, reference, and negative meaning. If someone is competent in these 7 aspects, you can not only OET, you can crack any of the competitive exams in English language. So this is the thing, or the crux of the exam, OET exam. Now the 5 approaches are very simple for learning. It can be any learning. Definitely for OET, we call it FIRST method, F-I-R-S-T. F stands for foreseeing, means predicting. As you look at the heading of the text, or when they introduce the heading of the audio, main theme of the audio, you should be able to understand what is it, foresee it, predict what's going to happen in this. For example, they are going to speak about diabetes. So you should know they will be speaking what all the aspects they will be dealing with it. Maybe you will definitely know they will describe and define the diabetics, what disease condition it is. So diabetes will be described. Then they will speak about the symptoms or the investigations and the investigations required. Then they speak about the medications. Then they might speak about the follow-up. So this sequence should be predicted. Everything has a sequence, and the first and foremost thing for you in all your 4 subtests in OET to understand the sequence of your test. There's a sequence in every text material for reading as well as audio. So you should be able to, and definitely you should be able to present this sequence in your speaking as well. And definitely in writing, you have that sequence starting from the purpose of the letter till the end of the letter as you take leave from the letter. And simply the 4 myths. Quantity of practice counts. You practice 50 materials, 100 materials, reading materials, writing materials, or listening materials. But then that's a myth and wrong. It's not the quantity, but the quality counts. The way you practice. It's not how many practices you make, how you practiced it. The way you have to practice, we teach them specifically how you have to practice with 7 steps. So it has to be analytically done, strategically done. Second one is the common saying is practice makes man perfect. But here there is an exception for this well-known saying. Just practice will not make you help you to succeed OET, but strategical practice helps you to succeed in OET. So strategy-based practice, just practice will not help you much. Strategical practice helps you to crack OET. The fourth one is hard work is required. Hard work is required to crack OET. No, that's a myth. That's not correct. You need smart work. It's not the hard work, but you need the smart work to crack OET according to the strategy and consistently smart work. And the fourth myth is duration of training. have been practicing it for 2 years or 1 year or 6 months. It is a myth. Duration of training will help you. It's the fact is that consistent practice helps you. Even if it's a short period of time, every day, consistent practice, for which our respected Lal Goel sir is the icon. And you can follow him, or anybody who feels problem in their life in consistency. And also, if you feel tired, I suggest you go and stay with Lal Goel sir for 3 days. Definitely, you will change your life. I wish that Lal Goel sir starts something of that sort for tired youth and people to stay with him, and so that he motivates. And this is what I really want to tell you. These 7, and the first method, what happens is first forecasting. Second one is investigation. Third one is reading. Investigation means you have to put all the questions to that topic. Why, what, where, when, how, and ask the answers. Then third step is reading. And fourth step is speaking out. Just try to speak out what you read or what you heard. Fifth step is teleprinting, we call it. T stands for teleprinting, means writing down. Write down the summary gist of it every time you make a practice. So first is foreseeing. Second one is investigation. R stands for reading. S stands for speaking out. T stands for teleprinting. So these Sapta Sutras or principles or strategies, and 5 approaches and 4 facts, ruling out the myths and going into the facts, definitely will help you to succeed in cracking OET, anyone over the world. This is my experience, and this is what happens in every test. This is the way the tests are benchmarked by Cambridge exam takers or examiners. So this is the way they benchmark every material. So understand the material and go through it using these strategies, and find out as you go through, search for these strategies, and definitely you will succeed. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Father Salim Joseph, for giving such a short but precisely what is to be done by the students. First of all, I would like to thank Father Salim for praising me, although I am the youth. So I take the inspiration from them. So it's not that I am icon, rather the Father Salim is icon, and the youth of the country, they are the icons for me, because I feel that the youth today is having more knowledge, you can say the dedication for work, which if they will channelize that energy in a correct direction under the guidance like Father Salim, then the youth can do wonders, and they are doing wonders. And Father Salim, how easily, this is called the knowledge, the wisdom, those who are the thought leaders like Father Salim, how easily and very simply he explained the complete philosophy of the examination of OET. Even I am now thinking that I should also appear for OET very easily. What principles he has, Subtest, Sutra, and the fact first, and then the myths, 4 myths. So all these things is when someone is working selflessly, like Father Salim. That is where we are lacking in India. Although there are few people like Father Salim, but still we require more Father Salims in India, so that no one will have any lack of knowledge, or at least they can crack exams, not only of OET, but all types of exams, if they will understand the basics of the language or whatsoever the subject. The basic knowledge is required, because if your foundation is strong, then you can make multi-story building. But if your foundation is weak, whatsoever training you will take from here and there, as Father Salim rightly said, training, the timing is not important. The important is the consistency. And I think the foundation which he has put. Thank you very much, Father Salim, for giving you a very, very clear and simple way of cracking OET. Now I would like to invite my next panelist guest. She's Miss Bronia. She's Miss Bronia Tommy. Miss Bronia Tommy is the advanced clinical practitioner of National Health Service, NHS, United Kingdom. She's a registered nurse from India who completed graduation and post-graduation from University of Hertfordshire, England. She has been working in England since 2003. Over the past 19 years of her career in UK, she has worked in different roles in National Health Service and has gained excellent leadership and management skills. Welcome, Ms. Bronia Tommy on our show. First of all, I would like to thank your organization, that is National Health Services, NHS, because today if I am alive, thanks to NHS, because I had almost 5.5 years back, I had a massive heart attack in London, and I was shifted to the King's Hospital, and they saved me in the night at 2:30 a.m. early morning, and this was because the dedication of NHS. And I will not mince my words. I can tell you the way I have seen India's hospitals, private hospitals, corporate hospitals, government hospitals, and I have seen the hospital in UK, even in USA. But I found the UK or the NHS is really something which our country, and I always tell the doctors, or whenever I have this media conference, I always pursue, please learn something from NHS. They are real heroes, I must say. The work they are dedicatedly doing, and all nurses, doctors, they are not doing anything, and with a dedication, with a proper protocol they are doing. They are not creating any panic to a patient. This is what the NHS is. So thank you very much. So Ms. Bronia Tommy, you have heard what Father Salim Joseph has said. And he has given all the basic principles how to crack the OET. But he also left on you about the communication, because he says that you know better. He has not used the word that better than him, but he says that you know far about this communications, and which is very important for OET. So we would like to know from you about the OET, the Occupational English Test. Ms. Bronia Tommy, please.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Lal Goel, for your introduction. And I'm really pleased to hear that you've used the National Health Service, and you commented very highly about it. I'm very proud to be working in National Health Service. And as a country, UK is very proud of the National Health Service as well. I've also heard amazing work you carry out on organ donation awareness, and so much respect and admiration for the work you do. You're truly an inspiration, sir. Thank you. I would like to also thank our chief guest, Father Salim Joseph, who is a director of EduSkills International, for inviting me to this platform. I was extremely fortunate to actually have known Father Salim for many years. I think it's more than 20 years, definitely. And he has always been like he was a priest, he's a family friend, who's always been there for us every time as a rock in our difficult situations. He was a motivator and also a guru. He's, as Mr. Goel has said, he's a well-known educationalist, and he's phenomenally contributed towards educating and helping students from different backgrounds. We know about that. And it's a fact that he's made his mission to support others and without expecting anything in return, which has to be uploaded. And I've witnessed him in action many years ago. He was our parish priest. He, similarly, as he do now, he's conducted many Ielts training sessions for students there. And I remember still my mom saying they've hosted a couple of those events at my home, and all the feedbacks from the students and everything was really great. And I'm glad that he's continuing his mission, and that he can mold the lives of many young people, and wish you further success on this, Father. And today, I'm very excited to be a part of this youth conclave, and happy to contribute as much as I can. As the Father has already said almost everything about OET in a nutshell. There's nothing more I can add on to it. And I'm sure there are lots of young people who successfully completed their OETs coming on the platform later on to speak about it from their experience and their knowledge on OET. So I would focus on the importance of communication in healthcare. It's mainly just to know that why is this English speaking test so important for international students or for employees? The answer is it's just for effective communication. Therefore, myself being a healthcare professional in the UK for almost 20 years, I would like to share some points on communication in health sector. I hope it helps everyone. So effective communication is to help convey treatment plans clearly, accessibly, and empathetically, so the patient can receive optimal care. It will empower the patients and family members to participate in their care and will improve the adherence to treatment and for self-management. In the UK, we have a patient-centered approach. Being person-centered is about focusing care on the individual needs, ensuring that their preferences, needs, and values are considered in clinical decision-making. In India, we tend to speak more to, I think, the patient's relatives instead of including the patient. Here, the patient is the person, and we focus on the person. So effective communication is a key factor for achieving this. We discuss the care of the patient, involve them in their decision-making. As a healthcare professional, we do not decide for them, we include them, and it's a shared decision-making. So I think that's one of the main difference between India and UK. I'm not criticizing anything, I'm just giving my views. So shared decision-making, it's a completely different way of how decisions are made in health sector in UK. And I think mostly in most of the European or the Western countries, that's the way how it is. It's 4:30 in the morning, so I just need a bit of hydration. So generally, it has seen that the patients have more confidence in health professionals who communicate effectively. You have to impress them. So when a patient enters into healthcare setting, they are very sick, emotionally fatigued, they might be depressed, then they have this difficult emotions to deal with. They might be hopeless, anger about the situation. So they will only feel safe enough to communicate honestly and openly to a care provider who will be listening to them. So therefore, you have to remember, communication is a two-way process. It's not about speaking. It's also about listening and also absorbing the full context of what's being said. So next, we'll look briefly into some elements of communication in healthcare, such as introduction, difficult conversation, confidentiality. So always start a conversation with greeting and introducing yourself by saying, hello, my name is whatever, so and so. So it's very important to begin by introducing you. Communication failures, such as failing to introduce yourself, can occur when healthcare professionals regard patients as a series of symptoms or seeing them as a job or a task. This actually, with social, you have to always think that the patient they have their own social and emotional needs. If you think just as a task, this will dehumanize the person. So while simple positive actions such as explaining and involving them in the care can have a huge benefit on their health and their impact on their mood. Occasionally, at times, as a healthcare professional, anytime in your life, you can come across some difficult conversation scenarios. I'm sure it's natural to be nervous when having difficult conversations with the patients. It can be with patients' relatives. You can see some very angry relatives at times. So you also you can have some difficult conversation with your colleagues who don't agree with your views. Because in here, we actually, nurses or any healthcare professionals practice independently and they have their own opinion. And they don't just listen to somebody and do what you have to have the rationale behind every action you do. So you make your decisions and you voice your opinions. So if you have a difficult conversation, sometimes you may forget to introduce yourself. You can be nervous, and this will adversely affect your communication. You may forget to introduce yourself. You might not maintain the eye contact, or it may cause you to slutter or frown. Maybe I'm frowning sometime now. So it's just it all interfere effectively with your communication. So do not allow any of this nervousness to destroy the confidence you have in yourself or your patients have in you. So if you're nervous about a conversation with a patient or a relative, always remember, take a deep breath. I'm not practicing yoga, but that's very useful. I found it. Take a deep breath. You'll be very frustrated. You want to say quite a lot of things, but taking a deep breath actually really helps. It had helped me in many, many, many occasions. So, and then identify what you need to tell the patient and pay attention to the body language. And mentally, you can even rehearse what you're going to say. And all this will help to overcome this nervousness, or it will always help when you're dealing with these difficult situations. Now, I'll briefly touch on confidentiality because it's very important. It's very different to back home here, because the communication, anything to deal with patients has to be confidential. As healthcare professionals, you need to share this information ethically, and you're responsible to protect the patient's confidentiality. So we should always remember to refrain from casual discussion of patients' issues with anyone outside the team. Even with the family members, you do have to have the consent of the patient to discuss patient's history or whatever is happening in patient's life with the family members. You always ask their permission. As I said, this is a person-centered approach. Patient is the king. So in the UK, and most of the European countries, you may have you have to face some legal implication if you breach the patient confidentiality. So worth thought of mentioning it because it's very important. And now I would like to discuss some of the issues which you may face at work, and some useful tips to tackle it. So looking into the communication, there's a teach back technique, which is actually very useful to assess your communication. So you can actually check the patient's understanding by asking them to summarize the message which you have given them in their own words. So in doing so, you're checking your capacity to communicate, and also it gives feedback on how well you communicated. If the patient doesn't make any sense, you know that you haven't reached anywhere there. So you carry on with it again, try again. So there is also in health sector, there are many communication tools which are used to help with your communication, to do it effectively with other team members, because it's communication in health sector is not just the patient. You have to they'll be meeting quite a lot of other people of the multidisciplinary team. So normally there is something called as SBAR, that is Situation, Background, Assessment and Recommendation, which is a widely used tool in most of the NHS hospitals. It is easy to use. It's very structured communication, and it enables the information to be transferred accurately between the individuals. This is particularly very important for me as in my role as well. So I am coordinating all the inpatient area in a major district general hospital. It includes telephone triaging, delegating jobs to my surgical and medical colleagues, escalating to different specialities if needed. Above all, I have to ensure that the care is delivered safely, effectively, and in a timely manner. Because I hold a bleep, and I have got like between 100 or 100 about bleeps a night. So I have to make sure it's one of my job role is to organize everything in a timely manner, and to make sure that all the patients are seen on time. So I also have to attend meetings, engage in teaching sessions, do audits and presentations. Therefore, you can see all this role of everything what I do. Effective communication is a much needed skill in my job role. In fact, communication is a skill that every healthcare professional needs. Therefore, many professional bodies and employers in UK and other countries recognize OET as a proof of this proficiency. OET, as Father Salim had said already, that it's specially designed to meet the unique communication needs of English-speaking healthcare workplace. And being successful in OET has two advantages. First, it increases your chances of getting hired by your employers. And secondly, as one studies for the test, you develop the language skills that will use in your profession, and it will also help you to succeed in your career. Because without communication, you have your future is not that good in a Western country. So I hope it helped. Thank you everyone for listening, and best wishes to all the candidates who are preparing for the test. Back to Mr. Lal Goel, sir.
Thank you very much, Ms. Bronia, for giving your views. And I must, before I summarize, I will just tell that she has taken me to the flashback. When I was admitted there, I saw these things, I observed these things because I belong to a medical family, so I know what are the things in India. And I was observing the communication, how the nurses are coming to me, introducing, as you rightly said, and talking and making so much comfortable. After a heart attack, one can imagine, but they were taking so lightly, they were talking so, you can say, homely way, that people feel, although they're very professional. And the confidentiality, my niece, who was in the final year of medical, they refused to show my reports to her. They say, sorry, you might be knowing that we cannot show. The nurses refuse to show. Now, this in India, everyone knows. Tom, Dick and Harry, whosoever is coming, distant relative or friend, they know what you have suffering from, what injections they are giving, what is treatment is going on. But the way she has, and I must thank to Father Saleen again, that because of his inspiration, one can see how the people have reached on the top today. They are working so nicely and doing their jobs everywhere in the world. But what Ms. Brownie has mentioned, that if you are going and if you are appearing for the OET, you have to understand one thing. It's not the only cracking the OET, but afterwards your life has to be in this field. So how you are going to deal with that life, and how much this communication and all these things are important, then only one should go for it, not for the sake, because I know that, as she also mentioned, they are very strict. They are not like India. They are very strict. In case if you are not showing those skills there, then they can say goodbye anytime. So thank you very much, Ms. Monia. That I'm sure today's yours and Father Saleen's introduction of OET, the cracking of OET and afterwards of the OET will be very, very effective for all those students who are planning to go and appear for the OET and who are planning to have their careers abroad for that reason. Even if they are not going abroad, even if they are working in India, if they know these things, the patient-centering, that is a very crux which is there in NHS. That's why I respect NHS too much, because, and whenever I visit London every year, I go for the NHS checkup, and I am so satisfied with it's not that the competence of Indian doctors and the nurses are too much. Everywhere you will find the Indian doctors and the nurses, but the method, the protocols which they have set up is really remarkable. Thank you very much, Ms. Bronia Tonmi, for giving your views. Now I would like to invite the youth guest, and my first youth guest is Miss Krishna Veni ji from Ireland. Yes, Miss Krishna Veni ji, please introduce yourself and speak about your views about the OET. Miss Krishna Veni ji, please unmute. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Lal Goel and Father Saleen, for allowing me to participate in this media conference. Today, actually, we all, till now, Father Saleen and Ms. Bronia has
please introduce yourself. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah. Myself is Krishna Veni. And I have total 9 years of experience in the field of nursing. I pursued my Bachelor of Science in Nursing in 2010 from Narayana Nursing Institutions, Nellore. Recently, I moved to Ireland, County of Donegal, and later Kenny Hospital I have been selected, and I'm looking forward to work soon in that hospital. Then, actually, I would like to tell what is OET, because since beginning we are talking about the OET. OET is nothing but it is an occupational English test. This is the internationally accepted English language test to assess the candidate language and communication skills of healthcare professionals who seek to register themselves and practice in the English-speaking environment. Because as nurses, we all have the tendency to work in our dream destinations like Ireland or UK than any of the European countries. So in order to pursue our life, or in order to make our life better, if we want to move to our dream destination, we must first clear the OET. Then only the rest of the things will be moved smoothly. So regarding the OET, as many of us know, but I would like to give a clear picture about the OET to the viewers. OET is consist of 4 subtests. The first one goes to listening, and the second one is the reading. The third one goes with the writing, and the fourth one is speaking. As Ms. Bronia said, she referred it before, the speaking, the communication criteria is very much important. Along with that, she already mentioned that is bad technique, which is really important in the writing sector, subtest. So reading and the listening, it is all the same what she mentioned before. We just need to practice during our preparation time or during our practice time for appearing OET exam. And we have seen, as Sir Lal Goel sir told us the earlier moment itself, the OET, like different sectors they are taking OET exam to pursue their career in abroad. 12 healthcare professionals are really, they can take the OET as their primary test for move to any of the European countries. The first healthcare sector is dentistry and dietetics, medicine, nursing, occupational therapy, optometry, pharmacy, physiotherapy, podiatry, radiography, speech pathology, and veterinary science. So these are all the 12 healthcare sectors who can proceed with their OET and write OET. These are all the eligible healthcare professionals. But as we see, only we can see most of them might be the nurses and the doctors. Very few of them can be the pharmacist. But let me tell you that these professionals can go for OET and attain your dreams, or you can move to your dreamlands. Then later on, I would like to explain or tell my experience through this EduSkills family, because I am one of the candidates that who always frustrated to do the reading subtest. That is really a night miracle for me. Then, by following Father Salim, as he given the introduction for the Sapta Sutras for OET practice to make yourself successful in OET, I really followed all his techniques, then make myself too comfortable with reading. I can proudly say that his techniques or the suggestions, whatever is given by Father Salim, is definitely unbelievable to the candidates unless you practice and get the good scores. But I can recommend everyone to even watch, if you get some time, please kindly allocate some time to watch some videos on EduSkills family in YouTube. That can definitely help you, and it is free of cost and everything. Then thank you so much, Mr. Lal Goel and Father Salim, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. This is my introduction and the topic.
Thank you very much, Ms. Krishna Veni, for giving your views. Now, I would like to invite my next panelist, youth panelist guest, and she is Ms. Albie Tom.
Good morning, all. Thank you, Mr. Lal Goel, for this great opportunity to share my views with you all. I'm Albie Tom from Abu Dhabi. I completed my nursing from KIMS, Bangalore, and I cleared my OET exam recently in last November with 4B scores, which is the score we require for any countries we can go. And today on this media conference day, I would like to share about scores for different countries and the clubbing options for all the nurses. And about my experience also. For this course, in OET, we have grading system, and which is C plus, B and A are the accepted scores for different countries. C plus means it's 300 to 340 marks, which is equivalent to 6.5 band. And B is the another one, which is 350 to 440, and which is 7 to 7.5, equivalent to 7 to 7.5 band. And A is the highest score we can gain, which is 450 to 500 scores, that is equivalent to 8 to 9 band. So which are the score we can achieve in OET. And the countries, the OET is accepted in many countries, but I'll speak about the countries which all the students like to go or wishes to go, which includes Australia, New Zealand, UK, Ireland, and USA. In Australia and New Zealand, we require minimum of 4 B scores. Mean of all the 4 modules, we need to achieve 4 B scores, minimum score. And for UK, we have an exception for writing. Minimum C plus for writing they'll accept, and rest 3 modules we need to get B score, minimum score. And for Ireland, any 3 modules with B score and 1 with C plus are the minimum required score. And about USA, recently USA accepting nurses with OET, and Oregon needed 4 B score for nurses, and Florida is 4 C plus for nurses. Moreover, about clubbing, we have clubbing option in OET. Clubbing means we can attempt more than 1 test and club our scores. For in case of UK, you can attempt 2 exams within 6 months, and all the modules need minimum of C plus score. If we scored C in any modules, we can't club that score because that score will be invalid for the clubbing. So minimum score should be C plus. within the 6 months. And for New Zealand, we have another option. Within a year, we can attempt more than one attempt. And another option for New Zealand is like we can try one module at a time. For like, if you want, you can write writing for this month exam, and the very next month you can try reading alone. So that option is allowed in New Zealand. And all this course, we have 2 years validity from the first exam date. On the validity is count from the first day of our exam. And more about the scoring in reading and listening, we have 42 questions. In that, we need to achieve above 30 answers to score minimum B grade. So above 30 is the minimum score we require for B grade. And each time we need to find out with the country, because they alternatively changing their scoring patterns. Like it was 2C plus and 2B for Ireland long back, and they changed it to 3B and 1C plus. So like we said, they will update each time. We need to be careful before we start processing and all. We can check in their website and find out very soon. And about my experience, I studied my OET with Father Salin's EduSkills, where it was really fun actually. Because before I joined here, study or any studies was like help to me. I was like very hardworking. I need to spend more and more hours to find out the answers and all. But when I start studying here, as Father Salin mentioned before, I start smart work instead of hard work. And then materials, even if we practice on a single material, how much time we spend for that material to find out the wrong answers benefit that more. Because instead of doing thousands of materials, doing a small amount of authentic materials, that's the other thing I want to explain. Like we will get thousands of material in this market. But we need to find out the authentic materials. If we follow non-authentic materials, which may reduce our competency in English. So we should be careful about that. And having mentor is the other thing. Everyone must have one mentor. And we need to follow the rules or strategies he follows. Because if we are running behind thousands of mentors, it may confuse our skills, and there are chances of reducing our competency. And strategical practice is another thing. And when I was studying, even if, for example, when I'm doing my reading, I'll make the timing, and once I finish, I check my answers and I rework it for 2 or 3 times. How many times we rework will benefit us more, because we'll find out how I got this wrong answer and why the other answers were wrong. So all the details, when we find out, it will be very easy for us to identify what the very next exam or very next practice will easily identify all these things. It will not be a confusion. So who all are practicing, I'll tell you, like, you should, instead of doing thousands of materials, just do the material and rework it. Even writing or listening, whatever the module you are practicing, we need to rework. And other thing, quality. We need quality practice. And about EduSkills, it's a free platform. We have Telegram group and YouTube free channels. So everyone can are welcomed over there. You'll get immense amount of materials and thousands of helping hands over there. You'll get the best materials, I'll say, because our mentor is Cambridge certified tutor. So before joining here, I studied in another institute. For there, I got many things, but reading and listening are the main 2 modules I like to explain, like where I didn't get this much of strategies or crack OET. So thus, these are the easiest method, and through this strategy, we can easily crack OET. And that's it. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Lal Goel, and thank you, Father Salin, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to explain about my views and score. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. L.B. Tom. And I will like to inform all the viewers that one of the surgeon doctor, he sent a message to me. He says, very useful for students. Keep up the good work. So it shows that the people are liking the way you are explaining. It's very, very knowledgeable for the students who are planning to go abroad in the medical field. Thank you very much, Ms. L.B. Tom. Now, my next youth guest is Miss Vinny Manoharan.
Hi all. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, please go ahead.
Good morning to all. My name is Vinny Manoharan. I am from Thodupuzha, Kerala, and I completed my nursing studies from Bangalore. And I have a total 14 years of experience as a nurse. And first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Lal Goel, sir, to inviting all of us into this platform. And special thanks to Father Celine and HSPL's family. Today, I'm going to talk about the listening subtest of Occupational English test. This is the very first test we are going to face in our OET exam. And this test lasts for approximately 35 to 45 minutes. It checks your listening skills. How competent are you listening? That's what they are checking. And in this, they will play audios, different type of audios. First of all, this subtest is divided into 3 parts, A, B, and C. A part will give you 22 marks, and for B part, we have 6 marks, and for C part, a total of 12 marks. So first of all, in the A part, there will be a patient conversation with an health professional. It could be a doctor, a nurse, or a social worker, or any allied health professional. There will be 2 conversations, and in that, we have to fill in the gaps. So in the part A section, they are checking our listening skills. We have to perform 3 things at the time. We have to listen carefully what they are telling. We have to read the questions, and at the same time, we have to write it down. So that's a bit challenging, but as our father said, when you practice strategically, definitely you will be able to do that. And for the B part, it's a bit easy because there will be only 1 conversation and only 1 question. So it will be easy for you to answer. Following the C part, it could be an interview type. There will be 2 persons, or sometimes there will be a seminar, or they will be discussing some random studies and their findings. So this is an outline of listening test. And regarding the strategies, first of all, we have to listen to English on a daily basis. I'm giving this advice, this suggestion. If you are going to or planning to appear for this exam, please listen on a daily basis, especially to different accents. In our exam, there will be American accent, British, Irish, and sometimes there will be Australian accents. So these are the main 4 accents. But it won't be that difficult if you are practicing consistently. And the other thing, in our EduSkills platform, we are following a very good challenge over there. That means we can listen to a script, listen to an audio, and we can write it down. So we have got a lot of activities in our platform that will make you competent. And this is all about the listening subtest. And as I'll be told, we have to get a 350 score to reach B. That means 30 out of 42. So this is, the only advice I just want to give. Please be consistent, practice on a daily basis, hear something, and please, you can listen to anything of different accent which interests you. So coming back to myself, I successfully completed my OET on November 6th. I got a full B score on all the modules, and thank you for Father Celine, because for my listening subtest, I got my highest scores. I got 410 out of 500. And I would only say that it's all because of his practice and guidance. Not only for that, but also for all modules, he is giving all the strategies. And regarding skills. It is a non-profit platform. You can find a lot of materials and his YouTube videos. Actually, I just want to give one advice. They are bit lengthy videos, but they are actual classroom videos. How a tutor will teach you in a real classroom. He is taking classes for us. That's what he is uploading in the YouTube. And for that, I don't think, many of they will just skip it, but please do have patience and watch it, because it's not for any publicity or anything. Those are real classes. So I wish all the best for the upcoming OET, those who are going to appear for the exam. And once again, I would like to thank you, Mr. Lal Goel, sir, and Father Salim, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Vinny. And one point which she has made is very, very important about the listening. And I will tell you, when I went for the first time abroad, 80% what they were talking, I was not understanding. Their accent was different, but I was just nodding my head as I was listening. Then I understood that one has to understand the accent if you are going to visiting any country. Otherwise, you will be acting like a fool because you don't know what they are talking. So accent is very important, and it's a very, very important tip which you have mentioned, and I'm sure that this is due to the Father Salim. If one understands the accent, different accents, then there is no problem for listening and making your points. Thank you very much. Now my next youth guest is Miss Shalini Lidwin Fernandez.
Hi, good morning to all. I'm Shalini Fernandez. I am a nurse and I have got more than 20 years of experience working abroad as well as in India. Currently, I'm working as a professor in a reputed college in Mangalore. Now, already we have talked about the listening. Let me talk about the reading. The reading subtest is for 1 hour, and we have got total of 42 questions. The reading subtest has got 2 parts. The part A, which has got 20 questions, and we have got 3 types of questions here. First type is, you will be given a statement or you will be given a question where you need to go back to the passage and find out which passage or which text gives the answer, and you need to just fill in. The second part is a completion where the statement of the question will be given and the answer is there in a particular text. You have to just cut and paste it. There is nothing you write your own. It's very simple because everything ready-made is kept. Nothing to bring it from outside like what you write for letter writing. The third type of question is fill in the blanks. Same thing, you are given a sentence with the fill in the blanks. You need to fetch the answer from the text and just fill in. The second part is part B and C, which you need to complete within 45 minutes. The part A, 15 minutes, whereas part B and C with the 45 minutes, total of 60 minutes. What it consists? Part B, we have got 6 different extracts. It is from the medical background, or we can say from the hospital setting, where each extract has got single question, which have total 6 questions for different extracts. And this is of multiple choice. You get the content, you just read the content and identify which is the best suiting answer for that. Then the part C, we have got 2 different extracts. We have got paragraphs in it, and within the passages, we have a thematic link. Everything is connected. So what is important here is you need to know what follows what. And it is very simple. Why it is simple, I'll get back to you later. We have got 8 each in 2 passages, total of 16 questions. And these are also of multiple choice questions. Remember, the answers which we have look similar and confusing, where, as Father has said, you need to use the synonymous language or paraphrasing or the scales. Whatever things he has talked, you need to implement here to get the correct answer. Now, having said this, how did I get through OET reading? I was looking for the institution who will give the authentic type of teaching, because I myself is a teacher, and I found out Father Salim, who is running a non-profit institution, and it is for all the students, irrespective of caste, religion, background. Believe me, this institute you will never find anywhere. This is my opinion. What I learned from Father is, he has learned us how to peel the skin of a banana. The thing is left to me only to swallow the banana. The strategies what he gave me is immensely recommendable. People who are eagerly waiting to pass the OIT, do not hesitate. Just log into EduSkill platform and get all the things that you have in this platform. You remember the dedicated service by the members within the platform, along with the mentor, the sincere efforts that have been put by the people. Definitely, it is empowering each other. Then you will be really motivated to achieve this. The positivity what comes from the mentor is easily absorbed by all the aspirants who are representing the EduSkill today. Father Salim, we need to have these kind of teachers. Then definitely there will be no single student who will be writing exam in a second attempt. All will clear the exam in the first attempt, provided they get the correct technique or the correct skills that has to be implemented. At the outset, being a proud member of this non-profit EduSkill platform and being the loving candidate of our mentor, I would say, be eager to join and get the benefit. You're not going to lose a single penny from your pocket. Only you will become smart, competent, and confident. And you can face anything in the UK or Ireland, wherever you go, because it is not only OET under EduSkill, it is personal development of an individual is done by our mentor. At the outset, I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Goel and Father Salim and all the resource persons who are present here and the viewers who are watching us. Take a benefit of this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Shalini Fernandez. How to peel the skin of banana is a mantra which she says that Father Salim has given, rather he has demonstrated, and then it left with the students how they can take the advantage, how they can swallow the banana. So viewers, today's program is very, very enlightening because every aspect of OET they are describing. And it is something, I'm sure, what she used the word sentence about the peeling of skin of banana is applicable even for this program, because many of you, the viewers who are watching our show or who are going to watch afterwards, will understand the importance of this OET test and the importance of the EduSkills training, which is non-profitable under the guidance of Father Salim. Thank you very much, Ms. Shalini Fernandez. Now I would like to invite my next youth guest, and she is Ms. Tina Sebastian.
Greetings of the day to one and all. I take this privilege to express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Lal Goel and Father Salim Joseph for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I'm Tina Sebastian from India, and I have completed my nursing from Kanosa from Kerala. I have been in this profession since 2010. Currently, I'm working as a nursing supervisor at Ielts Hospital, Kannur, which is in Kerala. And I'm happy to share that I cracked OET in November 2021, and I'm on my process to Ireland. As my friends have discussed about OET, about listening and reading, today, I'm happy to share with you all my views on OET writing task. OET writing is the simplest and easiest module, unlike the other modules. Provided we should have a basic grammar in English. Many are confused whether I can crack OET writing or not. From my experience, I can frankly tell you all that writing is very simple if you have a commitment towards it. And I also would like to grab the words from Father Salim It is not the quantity of practice you do, but the quality. It will provide you a very better score for your destination country. And that's how I scored B score, a score of 370 in my writing. And to tell you something about writing, about OET writing, we must be really confident and competent to identify the case note, whether it is relevant, unknown case or unknown case. Known case in the sense, the person who is aware about patient's detail. And the unknown case is the person whom we are writing, he is blank about the patient. He doesn't know anything about the patient. So if we try to identify our case note, whether it is non-case or unknown case, I think half mark is gained by us. And the next thing, to select or include the relevant points and semi-relevant points and try to exclude the irrelevant points from the case note. For example, we are all employees and writing letter to the authorities. If there is no purpose or if there is no correct information, the reader will not understand to why we have written the letter. So when we write the letter in OET, just keep it in mind that to whom are we going to write the letter, and the reader of our letter, what to do with our letter and what is his job. So about the patient, for example, if you're writing to a dietitian, we should try to include all the details regarding his dietary patterns, his body mass index, his dental, is there any problem, any family history, all these relevant points should be included. Then only the dietitian can help the patient. And in writing, we have to, it is a form of letter which comprises with 180 words. And when we write, we have to write legibly and precisely so that the reader will clearly understand our writing. And try to write wherever it is necessary the capital letters and comma and so on. So I'm sure that speaking few minutes about OET writing is not sufficient, but we can follow a better method which Father Salim has taught us. That is nothing else but the ISBAR method. ISBAR is nothing but I stands for introduction, S stands for situation, B stands for background, A stands for assessment, and R stands for recommendation. In your writing, if you include all these points, you will get the score which you are desiring to get. And I know some of you have got some glance about the writing topic, but from my opinion, I would suggest to go and watch the uploaded videos in the EduSkills platform. This will really help to get the clear picture about the OET writing task, which we will not get from any other institution. I have studied various institutions and I can clearly tell you about the various difference. And the EduSkills platform provides variety and a differential learning. It's a unique platform. And to tell you, those people who are confused whether to write Ielts or OET, my humble opinion is those of you who belongs to healthcare profession, your better choice is OET, because OET is related to your profession. So you will understand it in a better way. And as for me, Ielts, I believe it's like an encyclopedia. You will get questions from anywhere else, any topic. So for my upcoming new buds and new junior nurses, just try OET and get settled in a country where you wish to work so in the future. And once again, I thank you all for your patient listening.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tina, for explaining about the writing thing, which is very, very important, and ISBAR technique, which we have mentioned that Father Salim has explained. I would also like to understand and from Father Celine, so that I can also become a bit skillful about the writing. Thank you very much. But this is something which is going today. I'm really so happy because all aspects of the OET has been explained by all of you, which is very important for all those who are going to appear for the OET. And the one important point which Ms. Tina mentioned about the difference between IELT and the OET, that if you are a medical profession, if you want to pursue the medical, it's better to go for OET. Thank you very much. And I would like to invite my next panelist, youth panelist guest, and she is Ms. Regina Biga.
Yes. Good morning, one and all. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Lal Goel sir and Father Celine, who gave me this opportunity to take part in this media conference. Myself, Regina Begum. I work as a nurse in United Arab Emirates. I have been in this profession for last 16 years. My passion is to empower and motivate others by sharing the knowledge. Today, my role is to speak about OET speaking subtest. Well, in OET speaking subtest, they will be assessing our proficiency in English, communication skills, and the ability to deal with a situation in a empathetic way. While starting the exam, they will be giving a cue card to us. Examiner will give a cue card to us which contain all the information which need to speak in that time. And then the interviewer will be portraying the role of patient or attender, and then we have to take the role of a nurse. We will have to perform 2 role plays in 20 minutes duration, and the time duration for each role play is 5 minutes, and along with that, we get 5 minutes preparation time. In the beginning, there will be warm-up sessions, like they will ask us some warm-up questions, which will help us to get comfortable with the examiner. Now let me tell you some structure of the OET speaking exam. That is, we start with for example, starting of the interview, and then the nurse will take the history, collect the history from the patient, and then we will be explaining the condition or the procedure in details to the patient. And then the next step is providing reassurance to the patient. And final step is ending the interview in an empathetic way. I feel that speaking is not a challenging or competent task because most of the content is given there in the cue card itself. Our role is to make sentences in a meaningful and through the empathetic phrases. In order to know more about the speaking subtest, please watch our 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 YouTube videos. We have multiple videos there. Everything is clearly mentioned about all the modules, so you can watch that. Now, I would like to share my own experience in 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔, which motivated me to expose to experiential learning, that is, fall in love with what you do. Being in the OET community, most of us have to need to overcome with the family and work life. I personally, one among them, who was finding difficulty to concentrate and spend time to study OET learning subtest. But after joining to 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔, I subjected to the concept of experiential learning, that is, invest less and harvest more. Apart from that, I realized the importance of smart work along with the consistent work. Let me tell you, friends, if even though you do a small task or you spend little time on your studies in a day, do with your love and motivation and dedication and with full concentration, so that you will get your dream score, and you can achieve your dream as early as. Now, I would like to tell you some of the activities which motivated and which made me to fall in love with OET and 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 platform. First of all, our day started with a prayer, which helped me to rejuvenate my mind and the day with full energy. And secondly, we have a reading and listening challenges activities in the platform, so that it helped me to improve my English competency, and slowly I fall in love with OET Subtest. Not only that, we have plenty of amazing activities in our platform, like Zoom sessions, video challenges, grammar challenges, Zoom discussions every day, and a small study group, benchmark study group, and so on. And there is a saying that teaching is a great way of keeping learning. So in 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔, I experienced that, and with pride and gratitude, I will tell you that Father Saleen and 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 platform molded me to become a good teacher, and I'm very happy to share my experience with to my friends, and I'm very happy to share my knowledge to everyone who approached me. And now I'd like to tell you that experiential learning is a great opportunity for every competitive exam takers. And in this competitive world, you must change your learning attitude. This will really help you. And now I would like to conclude my explanation saying that be adaptable, flexible, never stop learning, and then you will, the rate of changing never will stop, and neither should you. By Brian Regan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Regina Begum. Never stop learning is the mantra which Father Saleen has given. Experiential learning. Love whatsoever you were learning something. These are the mantras Father Saleen is really. I must say that that's what I initially said, that we require, Father Saleen, such type of people across the India or across the world, so that the students will not face any problem in their life. Now, thank you very much, Ms. Regina. Now, I would like to invite my next youth guest, and she is Ms. Nisha Mariam Varghese.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Lal Goel and Father Saleen, for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this media conference today. Myself, I am Nisha Mariam Varghese. I'm a registered nurse, and I've been having 14 years of experience in this profession. Currently, I'm working in United Kingdom, Northwest Anglia NHS Foundation Trust, and the competency exam which I have cleared to come to this country is Occupational English Test. And also, I'm a successful OET aspirant from 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 International. So, as my colleagues has already explained about Occupational English Test and all related topics about that, I just want to share a few tips for how I succeed OET through 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔. So, for me, actually, I got an opportunity to meet Father Saleen and also 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 family before starting my practice. So it helped me a lot to practice with proper guidance. So when I started to practice, I got opportunity to watch videos which Father Saleen, who is the director of 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔, who has uploaded many videos regarding each subtest, which is available in YouTube. So what I have did I used to write the tips and strategies from the videos, and I applied it into my practice. So it helped me a lot because it helped me to get my scores in a proper. I got proper techniques and tips. So for my, what I can suggest is to try to do at least 15 to 20 materials. No need to do a lot of materials and get yourself overwhelming. Only thing, just try to do consistent practice, not to make do at the same time a single material and a whole material and get frustrated. Make it short and do consistent and confident practice. Then other thing I can try to evaluate yourself after doing each material, and you have to find out where we are lacking, how you got this wrong answer, how can I gain next time. So this is the thing I did. And if I am doing a reading, it is a good advice to read medical journals. This will really help to gain your confidence during your exams. And also try to collect some synonymous words, try to collect synonyms, and try to paraphrase, learn how to paraphrase. All these things will really help in reading. And for listening, listening is same like reading, but only thing we can concentrate is instead of reading medical journals, we can try to listen Australian podcast and health related topics. This will really help you. And if we are in a busy schedule, we can listen this podcast according to our convenient times. We can watch while traveling, hear while traveling. It's not a matter. So try to listen these videos, listening health reports as well. So for speaking, what I have did is I just try to keep a speaking partner for you. That will really help. So that we can get a consistent and practice, and also try to get a good feedback as well. For writing, what I have did this, I try to follow the videos which Father was uploaded in YouTube. There he is teaching through S-bar techniques, which my colleagues has already explained about that. So I did. This is this video I followed for my writing. So my opinion to those who are preparing for OET, just try to watch Father's videos. It is available in YouTube, and also try to enroll yourself in HSkills family. It is a non-profitable platform, and we are getting many opportunities to upgrade ourselves. So try to take use of it and try to take benefit of this non-profitable platform, empower each other, and grow together. Thank you once again, Father Saleen and Mr. Lal Goel, sir, and all my entire team for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nisha Mariam, for giving your views. And the confidence is the key factor if you are going for the OET, but that is because the Father Saleen has given all the mantras. So if you know the mantras, you can be confident. Thank you very much. I would like to invite my last but not the least youth guest, and she is Miss Sandhya Vinod. Miss Sandhya Vinod, are you there?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, I have some internet issues.
Please.
Can you hear me?
No, but the question, it's a live tele. Yeah, now we can see you. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. First of all, good morning to all. I would like to thank you, Mr. Lal Goel, Reverend Father Joseph Saleen, and Ms. Tomi, to this wonderful opportunity to be a part of this seminar. I am Sandhya. I am a nurse by profession working in JSS Medical College Hospital, Karnataka since 15 years. I cracked my OET in last September. I am happy to inform you all that I got my DEL in last week. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. I think my friends shared almost all the points. I'll just share my experiences, okay?
Yeah, please go ahead.
When I planned to study for OET, one of my friends suggested EDU platform. I was having trouble in many modules such as hesitation during speaking, time management in reading, and my handwriting it was very worse. And I tested to OET people. They told it looked like Arabic. So I started to write for 4-line copies with my kid. Assume it is a platform for 1,000 and more students, even though they provide equal attention to each and everyone.
No, I think we lost her. No problem. We will take her in the next session whenever we will do it. It happens. Last time also we had some problem. Miss Sandhya, we will take you in the next time because it's not, and the time is also running fast. Thank you very much for giving your views. So viewers, you have seen today how those who have taken the training from Father Salim Joseph about the in his Edu Skills International, the simple points which he has explained even in his today's initial comments, and he has shown that if somebody will take those seriously, if they understand the basics, they can crack OET very simply. And it's not the only cracking the OET, as Ms. Brownie has mentioned about the future, which is which is very, very important. You are not only cracking the OET, you have to work there, you have to see the atmosphere, and for that, Edu Skills is doing something. I must not praise. It's not something which is a sponsored program. I will tell you, I never take a single penny from anyone. But because I found Father Salim's Edu Skill is so beneficial for the youth, for those who wants to go abroad or those who wants to pursue their career in this field, they must go, because this is something which is a non-profitable organization. One can watch on YouTube, one can learn from there, or contact directly Father Salim on his see his website or the YouTube. There you will get all the information. But one thing is very clear today: if I feel satisfaction, sometimes I feel very much satisfied, which I felt today in this program, because the knowledge imparted by all the youth guests, apart from Father Salim and Miss Bronia, that they have given all points which were definitely taught by Father Salim, that it has clarified what is OET, how one should crack it, one should not feel scared of it, and one can do it with full confidence. Thank you very much, all the youth guests, and thank you very much, Ms. Bronia Tony, and my sincere thanks to Father Salim Joseph for developing. And I will always say, we require such types of more Father Salim Joseph in the country, so that no student will have any problems for cracking any test in India or anywhere in the world. Thank you very much. And today's program has been live telecasted by V4 News, Caru News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 𝐍𝐄𝐖𝐒 Samvad Sarocar News, Bharat Post News, Gyan, as well as was shown live on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm endeavored to bring to you every day a new topic. And tomorrow again, we have a youth conclave. And the topic is Youth Conclave on Soft Skills. And our chief guest are Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, is the former visiting professor, IIM Lucknow and University of Texas at Dallas, USA. He is the senior director of Don Bosco Group, Bengaluru, and he is the founder of Dr. Saran Consultancy, California, USA. Along with him is another chief guest, Professor Dr. Lakshmi Goel. She is the Associate Dean of University of North Florida, Jacksonville, USA. So please tune in tomorrow for media conference with Lal Goel at 10:30 a.m. Thank you very much, all the youth guests, and thank you very much, Miss Bronia Tommy, and thank you very much, Father Salim Joseph, for enlightening all of us and enlightening all our viewers with your, I must say, the Edu Skills for which today's topic. And thank you all the viewers, and I'm sure today's program is very enlightening. And in case if you have any problem or if you have any query or questions, please put it in any of the medias which are available on OTT platform or otherwise, and the answers will be given directly by the Father Salim Joseph, or you can WhatsApp me on my number. I will send forward it to Father Salim to get the answers. Thank you very much, and thank you viewers for watching our show. Thank you very much.